how long you been married for?
20 years this year.
Damn. So yeah, but you've dated before, obviously, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
I mean,
tell
a
me
long time ago.
tell me how dating was for you, because I've talked to women, I've talked to men, I've talked to women that are like a little looser, in like their beliefs, which is fun. So what was dating like when you were dating?
And okay, so we're talking about like a very brief period in between marriages, and then okay, so forget high school. We won't count high school.
Yeah, no.
So when I got out, uh I was a little freaked out when I got out of prison, but I was in the best shape of my life.
Right.
Like worked out every day, played racquetball every day, was in the sun, just best shape of my life. So it was really easy. It was
Yeah.
really easy. I didn't drink though, so like I wasn't going to bars, but I was going to AA socials, which could be crazy.
Yeah.
So and then you start, it's an AA social, and this is back before I told anybody. Like I wasn't like, hey, I just got out of the pen, which probably would have been a good pickup line, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah,
But
that's like a shoe in right there.
I didn't, but it was it's been I can't it was easy back then, but it hasn't always been easy because I'm kind of clueless, right? I just assume girls are not into me. I'm fine. If I'm into one, I'll try to talk to her. But I'll do the semi stalker thing for a while, just kind of follow around, watch her sleep. No, I'm just kidding. No, my game was just off back then, but I was a flirty type, so yeah, and I'm pretty chatty, so that helps. So yeah, I didn't go out and actively like I am going to find a date tonight. That's not how it worked for me ever. It was I met a girl at work, I met a girl at the meeting, met a girl at some AA social, and before that, it was just high school partying, smashing whatever the hell I wanted to smash because we were all high. But yeah, I wasn't very good at it. Like I can't say my game was like awesome because it wasn't.
Did you ever have any like really awful just smash stories? Because I have so many of those. Where it was just a bad experience.
Actually, I don't. I mean, like outside of like high school, I don't. Other than a first marriage, like that might accumulate in a first marriage that just did not work. You need to have something more in common than sobriety. That's for sure. But no, I am not a dating guru. I am like a serial monogamous. I was married for the first time for 7 years. I've been married around this time for 20 years. And when God, I got to remember back so far. Hope my wife's not listening.
What is it? What is it with the 7 years thing? So my wife left right at the 7-year mark.
7-year itch.
Yeah, that's what they all say. Everybody says that phrase, and everybody says it in the
midlife
chat.
Crisis is real. 7-year itch is real. I promise you. When you hit FOMO. 40, be ready for that shit.
Yeah,
just be ready for that shit because you are not. It's like it's menopause. That's what it is.
Got to buy a Ferrari. No, like my ex-wife, she just one day she's like, I don't love you anymore, out of nowhere. And we had a great relationship, like fist bump and shit. We always it was like one of those like gay situations where we finished each other's sentences and shit. It was just, we had the same like wavelength, and I didn't see her for years. And then when I sold my house, like in July, keep in mind, it's been a long time since I've seen her.
Yep.
I sold my house, and in Alabama, I bought it when we weren't married, but in Alabama, when you become married, they get 50% ownership of your house. So I sat down at the lawyer's table, and the lawyer looked at me, and the new buyers were sitting beside me, and I'm like, let's get this done, because I had to go sign off on my new house like 20 minutes later. And they're like, so where is Emily, which is my ex-wife's name? And I'm like, what? And they're like, Emily, she has to sign off on this house too. She owns it. And I'm like, oh my God. So I have to message like my ex-wife's husband on Facebook, and I'm like, dude, like I'm in a pickle. And we've talked before,
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I'll call her. And she shows up to the lawyer office 20 minutes later. Thank God we live in the same area, right? And she shows up, and it was like we had never stopped. We were just fist bumping. We had a great time. We were just cutting up, and then she left. Haven't seen her since. And it's weird how we have that dynamic, but it didn't work. It's just, I don't know what the hell happened. It's really strange.
That is really strange.
It is really weird, isn't it? Like, and what she told me eventually, this was years later. She told me that she wanted to. She had been in a relationship since she was a teenager because she dated a guy when she was 15 to 16, and then she turned 17, and I started dating her because I was 19 at the time. I had just turned 19. She was 17, and we dated. We were married until I was, I'm 26, about to turn 27. And she's like, I never got to experience anything like as far as like searching and being single, and that's why she said she left at that time. So it's a FOMO thing. Like it was like an early life crisis, I guess. And then she immediately got married 2 years later.
Oh, dude.
Well, well, now to be fair, she like was texting me a lot when about 3 to 4 months after she left, and she was like, we should just like stay married because we hadn't got a divorce yet.
Yeah.
She was like, I should just move back in. We should just move back in together. And she really wanted to come home. And I had suffered so hard. And I went through the worst possible moment. So there's like, you're going through some shit, right? And it's bad, but worse, bad, kind of flowing. And then you hit that one day where you almost don't make it. And then when you get past that day, it's over. You never look back. You're like, oh, done. Because it was the worst day. It's like the fetal position, like gun in mouth day. And then after that,
laugh, but yeah, I know.
After that, it was it. And I was like,
all right, I'm good.
Yeah, and she wanted to come home, and so she got married. But we don't talk much, but it was weird how the dynamic just worked. And it was the 7-year itch, and that's why you gotta look for a girl that's like already been in that relationship. Because then it lasts forever, apparently, for some weird reason.
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, I've been stabbed by a girl, snuck into my room, threw a coffee cup in my balls. I had this great named Mariana. She was fucking nuts. Like psycho drug girlfriend, kind of natural born killers, wacko.
Yeah.
But like I liked her back then because I was crazy too. But then after I got sober, I got married to Elaine, and she was cool. She was always cool, always really nice person, good person. We just didn't like. I still, being sober, I still had my wild side, and I still wanted to be adventurous and do things, and she didn't. She was like really she was kind of like the hot librarian, but she was very bookish.
Yeah.
Very, very bookish, and just a very calm and quiet person. Our personalities did not mesh. So it was like the nicest divorce ever. We like shook hands.
Yeah.
We didn't even get lawyers. We got mediators, and I haven't spoken to her since we shook hands, said goodbye. Not a single word.
Yeah, dude. So so a lot of people ask this question. I'm gonna read the super chat and then I'm gonna tell this like story because people ask this all the time. Potato Radio says, instead of Mario Kart, when is the Camelot Nerdrotic Geeks and Gamers stock car race? And would it be a Bomber, Hornet, or Outlaw? Dude, that would be great. But I do not have millions of dollars. That would be fun though.
If we ever get millions of dollars,
there you go. If we get millions of dollars,
if we ever get it.
Dustin Hayes says, love Santone. Family there may move in the future. Worst drivers on the planet. Gary, would you come shoot on our ranch? We got 1,000-yard range. You're invited too, Cody. Well, thank you.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I love shooting guns. I haven't done it in a while because I live in the city, but
I'm totally not allowed to do that. Yes, I'd love to.